Hey guys, how are you doing? I hope you're having an amazing day and welcome to another video by Sandwich. So guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about the top productivity tools in 2022. So, I've prepared a long list of 29 extensions that we're going to be talking about today, alright, in today's video. So, I'm pretty sure that this will help you boost up your productivity. So, the first extension that I'm going to talk to you today is called OneTab. So let's check its website page where we can discuss further about it. So here's the website page for OneTab, and let me tell you what OneTab exactly does. So OneTab is a really cool extension and it allows you to merge up all the open up tabs into one single tab. So that by default Chrome is memory too. So what that means is that Chrome, it's a lot of your memory. It just takes a lot of your memory, and that just slows down your PC if you get issues like lagging, buffering, etc. So what you can do is when you use an extension like OneTab, it basically helps you to save yourself from that big problem, which essentially takes a lot of your time. When your PC runs slow, you definitely you don't get the right vibe to work with it. So you can install an extension like this, which really merge up all these tabs. Like you can see, you have all these tabs open up, but with OneTab you basically have one tab that contains all list of all these tabs, all this open up tabs, so you can open up any required tab accordingly and basically save your time, save your memory. So this is a cool tab. So this is a really cool extension that I do recommend you to install. The next extension that we're going to talk about today is called Sandwich. So Sandwich is another really cool tool we're going to talk about. Okay, so let's open this website page. So here we have the website page for Sandwich. So Sandwich is a really cool tool. So what Sandwich does is it basically allows you to log into multiple social media accounts. So basically, if you're dealing with more than one account, like for example, you might have multiple Facebook accounts or like Instagram accounts, and you want to browse through both the accounts at the same time, but you can't do this from one single browser because your browser limits just one account at a time. So with Sandwich, you can basically take off this limit and you can use any number of accounts at the same time simultaneously in two different tabs in the same browser. So what I mean by this is that you might have two tabs as such open, okay, and you can basically have one account running in one tab and the other account running in the other. So this is just made possible with Sandwich. So I do recommend you installing this because at times you might be wanting to use multiple accounts but you don't find a way, so you might have to switch to incognito tabs or maybe switch browsers, etc. You might do any work to just get this thing right. But so the simple answer to your problem is Sandwich. Install Sandwich. It's free and it just helps you to do to log into multiple accounts right in the same time in the same browser in two different tabs. So definitely it's a must-have extension for you. So the next extension that we're going to talk about today is called Grammarly. So Grammarly, you might have definitely heard about it, what Grammarly is. It's another very popular extension. So let's check its website page. So here you have the website page for Grammarly. So Grammarly, it has got over 10 million active users, and Grammarly, what it does is that it allows you to, it just corrects your grammar. It does all this paraphrasing. It summarizes your writing. It basically is like a proofreader to you. So whenever you're writing an email, maybe an article, an assignment, you might be writing anything, for any of your writing job, Grammarly is out there to help you out. Grammarly makes it possible to be confident of your writing, therefore, it's trusted by a lot of people, a lot of companies, just because Grammarly has got its own utility, right? So I do recommend you installing Grammarly. Perhaps it's free, you can check it out, all links are there in the description. So the next extension is called Save to Pocket. Let's check its website page. Here you have it, guys, the website page for Save to Pocket. So Save to Pocket essentially just allows you to save anything on the internet, right? You heard correct. It allows you to save anything on the internet. So it could be that you might be looking for some inspirations and you might be searching on the internet for some ideas, some kind of inspirations, and Save to Pocket just allows you to save any web page, any piece of text, any image, an illustration. You can basically save anything on the internet and you will have them organized in one single dashboard. So this is really cool. If you are someone who likes to who needs to collect piece of information from different sites, different sources, so you can basically look up to this extension that will help you save your time and basically provide a lot of value to you. Alright, so the next extension that we're going to talk about is called Stay Focused. So let's check this website page back again. So here we have the website page for Stay Focused. So you might be interested in knowing what Stay Focused is, right? So Stay Focused is a really cool extension where it just allows you to save more time by blocking all the sites that will just waste your time. You might be doing something productive, but in between you might be switching tabs between YouTube, maybe Facebook or Instagram, or Reddit, whatever the sites are where you just waste your time. So basically block the sites temporarily using this extension, and you can basically block them temporarily for like an hour or two, until the time that you can get your primary work done. So you can basically temporarily block your site for some time, and you can focus on your main primary job, right? So that's the main goal of this extension, which allows you to just stay focused on the main work that you should be doing, instead of like wandering about from different sites where you tend to just waste your time. So this is a cool extension that I do recommend you to save your time and stay productive. The sixth extension is called LastPass. So let's take a source page. So the website page for LastPass has loaded, and let me tell you, LastPass allows you to save all of your passwords, all your passwords for all different sites in one single dashboard. You can have all your passwords right in one single place, and perhaps all these passwords are protected by one master password that saves all of your passwords. So you just have to remember one master password for all the other passwords of different sites, instead of remembering one of them, instead of remembering all of them one by one. What you can do is you can just use this extension to save your passwords into this account, your LastPass account, and basically just set up a master password and just remember the password, the master password, and basically this will just allow you to access all of the sites without having you to remember all these passwords. Perhaps this is also a safer way to keep all of your login credentials safe, and I highly recommend you getting this, and all links are there in the description. You can go ahead and check them out. So the next extension we have is called Momentum. So let's check this website page. Here we have Momentum, and Momentum is basically a productivity extension which just allows you to basically do nothing, but it just provides you with the kind of a vibe, with the kind of an environment where you feel to work more, right? So you can see here they've been testing image when you use a Momentum, when you have Momentum installed in your Chrome. So instead of the initial welcome page of Google Chrome, you'll be basically seeing this particular dashboard where you have a beautiful landscape with the time, temperature, the time, with a greeting, and perhaps you can also set your main goals for the day, and also you have a nice little code at the bottom. So this is really something cool. It just gives you a mood, it just helps you setting your mood to work, and basically it just does all those things that just sets your vibe right, so that you can keep working, right? So that's the main goal of this extension. So you can go ahead and install this and perhaps give a fresh new look to your Google Chrome. So now we have the next extension that is called Google Docs Offline. Let's check its website page. So here's the website page for Docs Offline. So let me just tell you what Docs Offline is. So Docs Offline is simply just a cool extension that will just allow you to work into Google Docs even when you don't have internet connectivity. So there could be chances that you don't have a stable internet connectivity every time, and you do have to work on Google Drive, on Google Docs. So what you can do is that Google Docs completely runs online, so you can have this extension installed that will just add on all those features of Google Docs into its offline version. So basically you can do all this stuff, all this good stuff, and basically all of this gets saved once you get back online, and basically you can have an offline copy of it saved using Google Docs Offline. So I'd highly recommend you using this, because this would really help you out. This will really help you out in case you run out of your internet connectivity, or maybe you're in a low network zone. So this extension can help you a lot. So now we have the next extension that's called Boomerang for Gmail. So let's take it to the page. So here's the website page for Boomerang for Gmail. So what Boomerang for Gmail does is that it basically gives your Gmail a whole new bunch of functions. So you can basically you can basically have all those parameters to basically get checked whether or not the mail is delivered, whether or not your mail is saved. If someone has clicked on this website, you can schedule messages, you can send bulk emails. You can do a lot with just Boomerang for Gmail. So in case you use Gmail a lot, I do highly recommend you to get Boomerang for Gmail, because it's gonna help you out a lot more with the normal Gmail. So the next extension that I have for you is called Clockify. So let's check Clockify. Here's the website page for Clockify. So Clockify is basically a time tracking tool that just allows you to track your time. You can basically check out how much time you're spending on which site, and is the time productive or not. You can basically have that basic classification, and Clockify is a great tool that can help you analyze whether or not you're using your time in a manner that you should be, or perhaps you are wasting much of your time. So you can basically get all of this, using Dropbox, because it also has got really smart analytic tools that can, that can provide you with reports that will help you and identifying all of these major problems. And the next extension that we have on our list is called AddBlock Plus. So let's check this website page. So now we have on our screen the website page for AddBlock Plus, and it's a free ad block. Okay, so you can basically get rid of all these annoying ads just with this extension, because ads at times gets too much annoying. It creates distractions when you try to browse through content. So therefore you can get this extension installed. You just simply block all these ads, and you can browse through web pages ad free, and perhaps but this would save you a lot of time, and perhaps would also save you a lot of data in a case. Okay, so you can get this installed. Again, I'll just like to let you know the links are down in the description, so you don't have to worry about where to go to install this. All links are there in the description. Now the next extension that I have for you is called Google Dictionary. We're gonna again check it with the page. So here you have the website page for Google Dictionary. It's a product by Google, so you can definitely, rely upon it. So, it could be at times, when you're browsing through content online and you just come across a word that you don't get it. So what you do is you have to either copy paste the same word in a new tab so you can get the meaning of it, or you can just install a simple extension like Google Dictionary. So, when you just, select a word, you get, the meaning for it popped up, in a pop-up, like you can see on your screen, when you just highlight a word, you get a pop-up that just gives you the particular meaning of the word. So this is really cool that you can install. I highly recommend you in case you're dealing with content a lot, content on a daily basis. So I do recommend you, because this will also eventually help you build up your vocabulary skills. Alright guys, the next extension that I have for you is called Toggle. So let's check this website page to know more about it. So here on your screen you can see Toggle Track. It's a productivity and a time tracker. It basically just does the same as we already discussed about Clockify. It just allows you to to basically track your time online, and perhaps here you have an option to add a timer to each website. So any website that you're visiting, you can basically set up a timer of 5 minutes or 2 minutes that you can spend maximum on the site. So you can basically if you're trying to overspend your time on any site, it basically gives you an alert that you're overspending your time and you should now leave the site. So this is really cool, because in that way you would have your time on your hands, in your hands, and basically you can learn also basic time management through this tool. So I definitely recommend you go ahead, install this, and gradually improve yourself, get yourself better in time management with simple tools like Toggle Track. So the next extension that I have for you is called WriteTag. So let's check its also page. So here you have WriteTag. So WriteTag is a really good extension in case you deal with social media, in terms of like Instagram or Facebook, or it could be any other site that you're using. Alright, so basically if you're dealing with social media, posting up content out there, so you definitely need hashtags. Hashtags are a really great source to increase your reach. So in that case, you can use a simple extension like WriteTag. It just finds out the right tags for you that you can use, that you can put to have to basically have a better reach to your audience, right? So I definitely recommend you getting this installed. You can just install this extension and just see for yourself how this tremendously helps you out in in finding out the right tags for you. The 15th extension on our list is Reversal. So let's check this website page so we can talk more about it. So here we have the website page for Reversal. Reversal is basically, it just helps you out with translating things, getting a meaning of a particular word. When you're scrolling the words, you can basically highlight it, and you would have a nice little pop-up of Reversal where you can, basically translate it to any other language. You can get different meanings of it, synonyms of it. It's really cool tool in order to improve your grammatical skills, to improve your language skills, and it's definitely a really good tool to improve your productivity. Okay, when you're working online, if you really keep yourself, it's mandatory thing to keep yourself updated. So you can use an extension like this, to roll out fresh new ideas every time. Basically find out the synonyms and basically introduce some kind of changes into the things that you're doing. There could be a particular word that you're using every time. So you can basically install this extension. You can get to know about new versions of the particular word or phrase. and you can install this, and you can get to know about this, and you can use them in your upcoming projects. So that's really cool thing, and you can really get to know a lot about it. Just go ahead and install this, and I do recommend to you that you will definitely improve in some way or the other. 16th extension on our list is called similar sites. So let's check its website page. So guys, here's the website page for similar sites. I do tell you, this website is a real, this extension is a real gem. In case, if you just get to know how to use this, okay. So you with similar sites, you can just get to know about all those related websites. You can just enter some keywords. You can just enter a domain name, and you can just get to know all those related, all those related pages or all those related websites that work on the same particular niche. So this will just help you identify competitors. You can basically check them out. You can get to know about what they're doing, and accordingly, work, so that you can basically distinguish yourself from those competitors, and you can introduce your own methods of working that would be more appealing to your audience, and basically this will just help you to get a leverage over your competitors. So that's a really cool tool, because this would help you to identify your competitors. So go ahead and install this. Again, all links are there in the description. Now the 17th extension that we're going to talk about is called Loom. Alright, so let's check its website page. So here we have Loom. It's a free screen record and a screen capture. So the flex of it is that you can basically record. You can basically screen record through an extension, and basically you can also get a link, a shareable link that you can share instantly, and you don't have to even worry about recording it and then uploading it somewhere and then grabbing the link to share it to someone. Basically, you can do all of this at once using an extension like Loom. You can activate the extension, you can start screen recording, and once you are done with the screen recording, you are able to share the recording in real time. So this is really something that you really want, and I'm telling you, you should not miss this extension at all. Now the next extension that we have on our list is called Colorzilla. So we're going to check this website page. So here's the website page for Colorzilla. Colorzilla is another utility tool that will help you to identify colors all across your screen. Alright, so you can just activate the extension, and you just have a plus icon activated. You just hover over your screen, and you can click over anywhere, and it just grabs the HTML color code for it. Okay, so there could be times where you need to identify a particular color of a particular, you try to identify a particular color from a particular image. So what you can do is you can just use this simple extension, and it will grab the exact HTML color code for it. Now the next extension that we have on our list is called Magical Text Expander. So let's check its website page. So here we have Magical Text Expander and autofill. So what it does, this is really a magical tool. What magical does is that it just fills in all this text. Okay, so it could be you have just written 100 words, and you want this to stretch out 300 words. You can just click on this extension, activate this extension, and that same extension would expand all of your text, this 100 words into 300 words in no time. Okay, perhaps it just also takes care of the grammar. It also takes care of the sentence formation. It also takes care of the core meaning that you're trying to express to your writing. It takes care of all those features, all those parameters, and gives you a magical text, right? So you would be amazed on your own when you see this extension getting into its work. So I do recommend you to get this extension installed. It's totally free, and you can check this out. I've left all these links in the description, so go ahead, check this out and see for yourself how it helps you. Now next extension that we have on our list is called WhatFont. WhatFont is a really cool tool. Okay, so let's check its website page. So here we have the website page of WhatFont. WhatFont is another productivity utility tool that will allow you to find out fonts all across the internet. Okay, you can browse over any website, and you just like the font and you want to know what font it is. So you just activate the extension and just hover over the font, and you just click on it, and it just pops up a new pop-up pops up, and you just have the name of the website. You just have the name of the font, along with it you have all the styling options applied to it. So this is really a cool tool that just allow you to know about the font, about its styling, and a lot more. So definitely you need this tool, so do make sure to install this. WhatFont and all links are there in the description. The next extension that I have for you is called Productivity Owl. right? So in the name, by the name, you come to know that it's something that's related to productivity. So let's check it out. So here you have the website page for productivity out. You know, as you can see, hello, I'm the productivity. I'll give you a certain number of seconds to visit the website. Then I will close the tab. You will learn to find the information you need, then get back to work. So you just get to know about its main motto. So you know, it basically just just sets a time of each particular site that you visit, so that you can just you just know that you have a limited time to browse through the website, to get the relevant info, and just get back to work. Okay, so this extension will just help you build up good good habits, and perhaps not wasting your time. So definitely this is a cool extension that would really help you leverage your time and basically make the most of it. So now the next extension that we're gonna discuss about is called Search All Tabs. Alright, so let's take it to the page. So here you have the website page for Search All Tabs, and and Search All Tabs, you just get you can you don't have to take the pain of when you're trying to find any you're trying to find out relevant information on any given topic. You search for that on Google, and Google just gives you all those all the links of different sites which you can browse through. But with Search All Tabs, it basically searches for all the tabs that's open up, and basically it just gives you the particular relevant info in a separate new tab. So this is really cool. It just gives you the exact information that you're looking for. You don't even have to run through all those links one after another trying to see whether or not you have those relevant info. Instead, you can just install this extension, and this does the same job for you. It just searches all those tabs and provides all this relevant info in a different tab that you can activate and basically check out. So this is a really cool tool that will save you time, and basically a must-have in case you're trying to boost up your productivity. Now the 23rd extension that I have for you is called Dibo. So let's check this website page. So here's Dibo Web Collector. It just allows you to capture and annotate. So basically you can you can collect information all across the internet when you're browsing through different sites, and you like some kind of some info, and you want to save it. So instead of copy pasting and keeping it saved in some notepad, you can just use an extension like Dibo. It saves you text, it saves you pictures, it saves you videos, basically anything that you have on the internet. You can collect all of them, and you can basically also organize them, keep them well organized in one single dashboard. So this is really cool. What you can install and you can check for yourself. You can basically learn to keep things quite organized through an extension like Dibo. So all links are in the description. Go ahead, check this out, and this will really help you boosting up your productivity and boosting up also your also your skills in keeping things quite organized and well managed. So now the next extension that we're going to talk about is called Save to Drive. Alright, so Save to Drive, we're gonna see its website page. So here we have the website page of Save to Drive. Let me tell you that this is another official extension by Google, and perhaps you can basically rely upon it. And perhaps what this does is that it just allows you to save any any piece of content that you find on the internet directly to your Google Drive. You don't have to download it and then upload it. Instead, you can just simply save the image in your Google Drive. Like you can see, they have shown a great example where you find a picture on the internet and you just right click and you have that option of save image to Google Drive. You don't have to download and upload. You can skip those work, okay, and you can just basically make things easy with this cool extension. So now the next extension that we'll talk about is called PlanningWay. Right, so let's check this website page. So here you have PlanningWay way 2. Alright, so it's basically a team calendar. Okay, so basically what you can do is PlanningWay, you can PlanningWay with Trello. Trello is another it's a kind of free tool that you can use, and perhaps for your project management, and you can schedule out your work. You can you can schedule tasks, you can assign tasks. You have a good calendar, a well-framed calendar where you can put up all those tasks in your to-do list, and basically you can have all those things that you want to do in a particular day or in a particular set of period, like 1 month's time, right? So you can basically set all of them. You can also add up team members, and you can assign them work, and this is really cool, so I just can just recommend you to go ahead and install this PlanningWay and see for yourself, because we're already very short of time, so I can't speak long on this topic. So basically, you can go ahead and install PlanningWay. It would definitely help you, definitely help you to to get things much more organized, to schedule up your tasks, to have a better planning, how you should be doing your task, and how you should be delegating your task. So definitely go ahead and install PlanningWay. Again, a reminder that all links are there in the description. Alright, so the next extension that I have for you is called Check My Link. So let's check this also page. So here you have Check My Links, and it's basically useful to you in case you're a web developer. So you can basically run a check on your website that you've developed, and it just searches for all these links. It just checks whether or not your site has got some bad links or some broken links. It would basically have a check for it and would let you know, and you don't have to go for a manual audit of it. So basically this extension is gonna be a lifesaver to you in case you're a web developer, and I highly recommend you to go through this website, because this would definitely help you to save a time like having to manually go through your website checking for broken links. Instead of this, you can have this particular extension that would do the job for you. Now the next extension that I have to do is called Streak. Okay, so let's check this website page. So here you have Streak CRM for Gmail. CRM is customer relation management. Alright, so with Streak, you can basically customize your Gmail to look like a quite professional software. You can have you can basically create tags. You can you can create tags of your leads, or you can also have a great a framework created right in the Gmail dashboard. Alright, so you can basically manage all of these things. You can have you can schedule up your messages. You can you can send bulk messages to your clients, to your new clients, to your to your prospects, etc. You can do a lot with Streak. I will leave up this link in the description where you can come to this page. You can land up to this page, and you can read a lot about how can Streak help you to be more productive. And basically this just works on the same platform called Gmail that you're quite familiar with. So you would definitely love this extension. I highly recommend you go ahead and check Streak. Alright, so the second last extension that I'm going to talk about today is called Buffer. So let's go to this website page. Here's the website page for Buffer loaded. So here you can see Buffer is a great way, as they share, the Buffer is the best way to share great content to Instagram, to your Facebook, Pinterest, from anywhere on the web. So basically you come across any content on the website, you just have to right click, you get that option to share to your social handles using Buffer, and basically Buffer makes things easy for you. You don't have to manually download and upload to each single of your social media accounts. Buffer can do this at one single time to all of your multiple social accounts right at the same time, and you don't even have to rely upon downloading content and uploading it, setting captions and all. Basically this Buffer will do all this job for you. So you are just one step ahead from getting more productive. So that definitely recommend you to go ahead and install Buffer. You would really find the change within you, right? Alright, so the last extension in today's list is transfer Dropbox to Google Drive. So let's take this website page where I can talk more about it. So here we have the website page for transfer Dropbox to Google Drive. So so this cool extension just allows you to transfer all those files in your Dropbox account to your Google Drive account, and vice versa. Okay, you can have your files uploaded to Google Drive that you might want to also reflect into your Dropbox account. So you can basically do this using this extension. You don't have to again download and upload the file manually. What you can do is you can just install this extension and let this extension handle the job for you, right? You have to just sit back and relax, and this extension would work for you. It would manually get the files switched from from Google Drive, and it would also upload the same to Dropbox. And if you have some file on Dropbox and you want to shift it over to Google Drive, you can also do this at the same time, and you don't have to, you know, take any pain for this. So this was a cool extension that I discussed with you. So this was the 29 cool extension that we had a discussion on today. I really hope that this extension should have really helped you up, you know, to improve your productivity. And if you feel this video has helped you, then do make sure to like this video, leave a thumbs up, and also drop down your comments. We'll be very happy reading about what your thoughts on this video. And if you've got any suggestions, do feel free to drop them down in the comments. And you know, I'll see you in some other video. Till then, take care and bye bye.